Hello world, Shelly here, and I'm coming at you sans eye makeup because I would like to today put some liquid glitter eyeshadows to the test. Milani just came out with their Hypnotic Lights shade of glitter eyeshadows. They have 5 different shades. I bought them all, and you guys know if you've been around the block with me that I'm obsessed with the Stila Glitter and Glows and the Stila Shimmer and Glows. I do not throw the word obsessed around lightly. I've loved these for months upon months upon months. As soon as they came out, my goal is to own every single color of them. So I just would like to put them on my eyeballs side by side with the Milani and also with a Wet n Wild formula. You know, Wet n Wild has a bunch of these. They put some out in the Gothographic collection. They put some out in the Mermaid box. You can still get the Mermaid box on Ulta's website. You can also get these on Wet n Wild's website. So I just want to see how they look side by side and how well they wear. That's the plan. First up, let's take a look at some swatches. Here are the Milani, all 5 shades, and they are very, very pretty. I think the shade 03 Beaming Light in the Milani is most similar to the Stila in Sea Siren, so I plan to use these two head-to-head against each other. I also would like to compare the Wet n Wild. This was in the Mermaid box. The shade Mysterious Nights I would like to compare to Stila's Molten Midnight. They are also very similar. Milani's got a golden shade number 01 called Luster Light, and at first I thought it was going to be most similar to the Stila Smoldering Satin, but when I swatched it, I saw that Smoldering Satin is a little bit more cool undertoned, a little bit less peachy, and so then I dug into my Stila box, and Kitten Karma is a lot closer to the Milani Hypnotic Nights. I'm not going to use these shades today in my eye look, but I wanted to swatch them side by side. The blue from Milani, it shows up a little bit green on camera here based on the color shift, but it is more of a true sort of leaning navy blue. The blue from Wet n Wild and the blue from Stila's is more of a aqua shade of blue, and the Wet n Wild is more of a purple shade of blue, so I didn't find a real dupe for that. Same with the pink in the Milani. This is shade 02 Luminous Light, and this one has more of a very true baby pink shift to it, where the Stila has a little bit more of an iridescent purple mixed in. So there weren't exact dupes, so we're going to go as close as possible because I am going to go out in public with these eyeballs. I'm going to start out by priming both lids with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm going to put a little eyeshadow down. I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette just to give a little bit of definition. This is a NYX blending brush. It's very soft and very fluffy. I do love this brush. Darken the outer corner with the darker shade. And for a base, I'm just going to use the large light colored pan. I'm going to put these on so that you do not know which one is which. I will show you the application of the glitter shadow after we have had a moment to see them without knowing which is which. All right, here they are up close. Can you tell which side is the Stila and which side is the drugstore side? Okay, so my left eye is the Stila side, my right eye is the drugstore side. The application process, I started out using the pinkish purple shades of each. I think the Milani is a little bit patchy. I only did 1 coat of each just to get an even comparison of the two, and the Stila has a bit more pigmentation and opacity to it. The side that has the Milani is just a little bit more patchy. It is not quite as opaque. Then I went in with the darker shades of the two on the outer corner and immediately had trouble with the Wet n Wild because it just did not want to blend, and even now it is just a little bit patchy. It also does not have quite as much glitter as the Stila version. I had no trouble blending the Stila. And in terms of blending, I went back in with a little bit more of the pink of each just to blend over that seam between the two. And on the drugstore side, they really don't want to play nice and layer up with each other. And on the Stila side, they definitely do play nice. But can you really tell at a conversational distance which is which? Let's finish up the eyes. Here we go. I just added a little tight line on my upper lash line, and I'm wearing the Smashbox Superfan mascara, and of course put on some glitter lip because glitter. And here we go. What do you think? I think up close, and because I know there's a difference, this eye has a lot more glitter than this eye and looks a lot more blended and smooth, but I don't feel like embarrassed to leave the house. I don't think most people are going to notice. So I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna come back tonight and we will see how the two wore, if there was any glitter fallout, anything like that. Hang in there, I'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, it's been about 9 hours. Let's see how these glitter shadows held up. Oh, I burned the roof of my mouth on pizza tonight. I'm kind of having trouble talking. So, taking a look at the side, on the drugstore side, my first thought, there's really no glitter fallout on either side. Nothing really transferred up to the hood of my eyes, which tends to be a problem for me, so I think performance-wise that's good on both sides. The Stila side still has glitter to it. The drugstore side that has the Milani and the Wet n Wild is missing most of its glitter. Wet n Wild held on to a little bit more glitter, but there's really no more shimmer to the drugstore side, and I do feel like the Milani wore away pretty significantly in the center of my lid. Kind of the areas that were patchy now seem like they're just kind of missing product. The Wet n Wild held in a little bit better, but like I said earlier, it didn't blend out quite as easily, so neither are perfect formulas. Do you get what you pay for in this case? I think you do. If you pay more, you get better performance. If you pay more, you get slightly more attractive looking product when it's on the eye. I can even tell in the monitor and the reflection, this side is just still much more vibrant, especially in the lighter shade, than this side. However, does that mean it's worth it? Well, I don't think this is bad. If you look at the price paid for the drugstore side, yes, you're not getting the same performance, but you're also paying, 25-30% of the price. It's much less expensive to purchase the Wet n Wild or the Milani versus the Stila. So is it worth the $24? In my mind, yes, because I don't mind paying for things that I really love. Does that mean I'm not going to use the drugstore versions? Heck no. One thing that I tend to do is save my high-end makeup for high-end occasions when I need the performance, and to keep my daily cost of my face down at a reasonable level, I will use drugstore products throughout, regular days of the week, just random days at work and random running errands and things like that. So I think the Stila is worth it, but I think the drugstore side is totally passable and worth checking out, especially if you don't want to spend the kind of money you need to spend to get the Stila side, or if you just want to keep your daily cost of face down at a reasonable level. Go ahead and try out the drugstore side. I think these are really pretty no matter what they are, and the other thing you can do is pay more attention to layering, put bolder shadows beneath them, and that will make the shimmer look more opaque. There are lots of tricks to playing around with these things, so I do think that you can totally make the Milani and the Wet n Wild work. They're not as opaque, they're not as pigmented, and not as shimmery or glittery as the Stila. However, they're also nowhere near as expensive. So I say go ahead, try them out. I think they're good for their price. So there you have it. That's my, I'm going to say part 1 of my glitter shadow showdown, because I actually have some glitter shadows from, is it Essence that I've got? And then I've also got some from NYX that I have not tried out yet, and you know I will be trying them because my quest for an equally good dupe for the Stilas at a less expensive price, that would just be fantastic. So keep your eyes open, subscribe if you would like notifications when those videos come out, hit the bell down below. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thumbs up if you like glitter eyeshadow and want to see more tests and comparisons of the various glitter eyeshadows out there. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. That's how I know. Thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.